Hello everybody and welcome inside of Homestead Miami Speedway here for the Hankook E-Cup Series. We are here for the Auto Nation 200 from Homestead Miami Speedway here in beautiful southern Florida, just near the Florida Keys and obviously south of Miami, Florida. Today's race is going to be the second round of this championship as we get ready to go after an exciting race to start off the Cup Series season at Perez Motorsports Campus. Round 2 of the Cup race, followed by trucks tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's run through a couple of drivers that we're going to have our eye on today. And the first one we're going to have our eye on is going to be Brett in the number 19. He's dropped the X from his car after yesterday. Obviously, Blue Dolphin Racing not being in the league right this season, he's going to have his beloved number 19. But he qualified on pole. He was the fastest in practice. We expect that number 19 Ford Mustang Mach-E to end up in victory lane today. On top of that, you also have the man who won yesterday's race and finished second in the truck race. It is Quirt driving his abomination of a Ford. He should be one to watch as well. Somebody making their... Oh no, we don't have any... Well, we got a scheme debut, but that's about it. But take a look at we take a look at Kane. Had a good race yesterday at Perez Motorsports Campus. Also driving the sponsor that is also the title sponsor of this race, so he'll definitely be one to keep an eye on. Other than that, we got not very many fans here in the stands, but the drivers, we only have one question for you. Are you ready? Ready. Woo. Okay, everybody seems to be ready. Today's race was scheduled to be 80 laps, but I decided against it. So it's going to be 60 laps today instead of 80. The truck race will be 40 laps, as is the regular scheduled distance for them. So we'll be ready to go here. Countdown will be from 5. Do not go until the countdown expires, please. You guys have done a pretty good job of that yesterday, but just in case. Stevie, I'd prefer if you didn't. I'm sorry. And with that, countdown begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag in the air here from Homestead Miami Speedway. I think the sound is on. Yes, it is. First lap of the race is Brett's having a lot of issues with his car. Something's not right. Uh-oh. Well, I'm just going to call a redo. I think it might be limited, actually. Oh, I think he's got pit limiter. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on. I think he's got the pit limiter. So we're going to redo. So line up where you guys started. Oh. That is very odd. It wasn't the pit limiter. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the 19. A mechanical issue. Let's just put it that way. I haven't ever seen that before, so I don't know what happened. Oh, Brett, you missed the limiter. Actually, let me go in real quick and make sure everyone's got the same speed here. Well, that was a very odd start to the race, to put it mildly, I guess. I need to double check something, but line up exactly how you were to begin. Okay, it's fixed. Awesome. Vehicle seat. Check the speed. Okay, everything's fine, so nothing is out of order. What are you doing? 6 cars in today's race, by the way. 4 less than what we had in the Cup. Well, that's not true. Kane's Wi-Fi is being a rat. Yeah, that's one way to put it, I guess. Okay, are we ready to go now? That was hilarious. Okay. So, hopefully nobody's speed is broke on this. Okay. Yeah, I'll watch out for it, don't worry. McDonald's Wi-Fi. Green flag back in the air for a second attempt. And Brett almost won the truck race yesterday, but unfortunately things did not go his way on the final corner. Like we said, he was the fastest in practice. Obviously started on pole in qualifying. And we got 3 wide for second place back there. Expect this to be somewhat of a... I don't expect it to be too much of a drafting track, but it'll definitely be interesting as we go through lap 1 with little to no incident. And, oh, we got problems. As soon as I say that, Court is around. He collects Blen. They'll keep it going. It's still green. Man, that was unfortunate. He just got ran through like a track meet there by the 27. I'm going to say a verbal warn there to Regent. He is currently sitting up in third, and look who's in second. It is Rapid Skill, making his second start of the season. He had to dip out yesterday close to the end of the race at Perez Motorsports Campus. Hopefully he'll be able to see this race out here tonight. Don't forget, if you're watching here on Perez Sports Network, we got the truck race coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern. There'll be a little bit of a buffer time between now and then. Lap number 4 started here, and now here comes 27 as we go to our Indiana Harbor Belt onboard camera. That's a pretty crappy camera, but it works for now, I guess. He's trying to chase down that Carvana Toyota, and there is draft in the cars. However, doesn't look like it's having too much of an effect, at least not as much as you would have expected from the race at Perez Motorsports Campus, and it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to get some kind of run here. We kind of had a similar issue last season, although there was no draft in the cars last season here at Homestead, where it just kind of became a little bit difficult to keep up with some of the other drivers. Oh shoot, we forgot to go through our graphic as to what the standings are looking like coming into this race, and they might be a little outdated. No, they're not. Sorry. But right now, Court is currently leading the Cup points. He's got 30 points. It's a 12-point gap between him and second place Wolf Day, who is not in attendance today. So Random will be looking to take over that second place spot in the points after this race. Doesn't really matter too much where he finishes. Another thing about that, too, Brett could also look to really improve his position with a win here today. A win does grant you 25 points, plus the 5 bonus points as well for Brett qualifying on pole. That is definitely something to keep an eye on. So that was your standings there. And while we were looking at the graphic, and we got our official here in the game as well, Angel Perez, will be helping us keep an eye on some of the miscreants on the track. I'm just joking. Oh, into the wall, the 0. Kind of looked like that was not forced by the 27. I think he just got a little bit loose there on the straightaway. But he's going to try the crossover here on the 27. This is the battle for second place. Back on board with the 27, at least temporarily. And now he's got the quarter panel of Rapid there. And Brett is going to try and pull away as much as he can here. I'm just going to let Mike watch. I don't think he'll lag too much. So 27, ooh, a little bit of a love tap there on the back bumper of that number 0 car. And that's allowing these 2 cars up here, Quirt and I think that's Kane, allowing them an opportunity to catch back up as well. And we're going to have to take a look at what the splits are once they cross the line. Yeah, only a second and a half between Court and Random, so that is definitely something to look at. But Kane, or not that, yeah, that is Kane, I'm sorry. Kane trying to get to the back bumper. Quirt, he has definitely gained a little bit of time there to Quirt over the last couple of laps. Oh, Angel, do you have admin? I don't even know if she's in VC. Okay, so she is in VC and she does have admin, so that's alright, we're good. So we got that out of the way, but Kane kind of slipped back just a little bit, and Blen, he had the preliminary pole until Brett demolished his time. Well, not really demolished, but took the pole away from him. So, and it's really concerning to see Blen back here. Must have had some problems early on that initial race start. And with the little bit of a miniature pack forming in front of him, that's going to be a big problem if he wants to catch back up here. So the battle between Rapid and Random has kind of died out. This is kind of reminding me of the 550 horsepower NASCAR package, which I don't think I need to say how bad that was. It just really looks really difficult to pass here. Oh, we got contact back there between Quirt and Kane. This is a battle for fourth right now. The Auto Nation Toyota down on the bottom. He's driving for Floridian Racing Club. So this is that team's home race, by the way. That team owned by Bo Is My Name. He's obviously not full-time in the Cup Series. He did not try out for the Cup Series. So he is an owner in the Cup Series and an owner driver in the Truck Series. I still let him keep his team. But this is their home race here today. That number 45 team trying to bring home at least a half-decent result here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Only one of... I don't know if we have another race here in Florida this season. I think this is our only Florida race, so... Uh-oh, got problems. Quirt to the back bumper of the 45. That's going to really shuffle things up here. And it's mostly single file here at Homestead. Definitely a little bit of a gasp of relief compared to what we saw at Perez Motorsports Campus last night. Just non-stop calamity. But these two drivers, they are kind of getting up to that number 0 car. And Regent is also starting to catch up to Brett, although incrementally. So we're going to have to see what the splits are once they come across the line. It's 1.9 so far, the gap between Regent and Brett. And yes, Regent is gaining. He cut off almost 4/10 on, or sorry, that'd rather be 2/5 of a second on that last lap. So he is catching to Brett. Not really much to report. It's currently Brett, followed by Regent, followed by Rapid, followed by Kane, and then Quirt rounding out the top 5. Only 6 drivers in today's race, unfortunately. And it's been pretty good. We had a good... Remember last season, we had a bit of a mundane race for the most part in that Cup race last season in Season 3 here at Homestead. Came down to a late race caution, which set up the overtime, which also set up for Quirt to get his first ever win in the Electric Racing Tour. No, that's absolutely fine, Angel. That's fine. So we're almost getting to that point now. We're almost a quarter of the way through the race. No lead changes so far, but that might change as Regent is... And he's now cut off 2/10 to Brett here. Brett, like we said, almost won the truck race last night. If it wasn't for a wreck... He blames Michelle for that, but it was actually, I think it was Quirt that actually caused that accident. I looked at the live stream this morning, and it was unfortunately a racing incident. No ill will, obviously, but... Well, Angel, you could always mute the game. I mean... Yeah, that is a fair point. Do not type and drive, especially since you're 3 wide. Good lord. So this just came out of absolutely nowhere. They have both caught up to the 0 car. This is a 3-way battle for third as Rapid tries to hold on as we get ready to wrap up the first quarter of this race. Once Brett crosses the line again, it will be 40 laps to go from Homestead Miami Speedway. And this is going to be interesting. Side by side, almost 3 wide for third as Quirt will slip into third place. 45 backs off just a little bit to let the 0 get to the back bumper. They're going to try and run that high side. Now they'll transition middle. Side by side, bumping and banging, coming through 4. And meanwhile, Regent just slowly he's kind of slowed the progress here, but he is in that draft of Brett. It's a little difficult. I think the cars might be a little too quick to get a proper draft going, which I honestly didn't even consider when I made the setup, so that is my apology. But this is definitely shaping up here. Here comes the Carvana Camry, a brand new paint scheme for Rapid. He ran a blank car yesterday in Georgia. And Quirt still there on the far side. He's that pink number 29. Rapid's the 0. And back here, this is Kane driving the 45 AutoNation Toyota. And Blen kind of, he might get into the toe here if that 45 here eventually, if he keeps his marks. But oh, and a big amount of time shaved off here. This is the battle for the lead as Random is now starting to catch up to the 29. Random had a chance to win the Cup race last night. He's also he's an owner and a driver, although not an owner driver, not in the Cup Series. He owns a truck team and he drives in the Cup Series for Wind River Racing. His driver, hopefully, Henry Lego NASCAR fan, will hopefully be able to go behind the wheel tonight here for the truck race. And so that back there is kind of split up a little bit. Brett still has the lead. He's led all 23 laps today, about to get to 24. It makes you wonder when the GUI is going to switch to the laps to go thing. Yeah, sure, Angel. Oh, friend request. Better accept that. That might be important. Ooh, Brett seems to have a good handle on these cars, and keep in mind this is his, well, I guess this would be his 3rd ERT race now, as he ran both the truck and the Cup race, although he might be scaling back to the Cup Series. There is going to be a schedule change with the trucks because we're trying to get a time that fits best with everyone. We've had a lot of European drivers come into the league as of late, so we're trying to adapt. We're trying our best here to get the time right for everybody, but you're not going to get it with everyone. That's just not realistic. So, we are moving the truck races, although it's not official yet. We're still waiting on the results of the poll, but we're most likely going to move the truck races back to, or we're going to move the truck races to noon Eastern time, which in Central European time would be 6 p.m., so that'll be definitely something to keep an eye on. But 27, sorry. Wow, we're almost halfway through this race. That is actually very impressive, the pace that we've got so far. Keep in mind, coming up after this, we got the Truck Series race. 40 laps around this racetrack. Oh, shoot. Well, with that, 27 still back there. They've been trying to, I mean, he's been trying to lure Brett here for the last 10, 15 laps or so. He's trying to get there. Might be his best chance to go for the lead. He's going to try. Brett's going to move to the bottom here. He'll just let him go. Something's wrong with that 19 car. Oh, he has to pit, actually. I didn't even think about that. The drivers did give us some data during practice. 30 laps or so you can run on a tank. Or I can't really say tank, more like a charge. So Brett is coming in for that green flag pit stop. Random is going to take the lead. So green flag pit stops. We also see Quirt in to take his stop. So everyone else has stayed out. Blen's still out. Kane's still out there. The Zero Rapid's still out there, and Random is still out. But that's only a matter of time before they come in to do their stop. Random says he's at 23% on his battery. So that is very concerning for everybody else. And Court is into pit road. Yep, we know that. Blen is also at 23. It makes you wonder if that's why he's so far back. Maybe they're saving. They didn't even know it was possible to save battery in these cars. So they will still eventually have to pit. However, the thing is... Oh, and Rapid is currently into pit road as well. So the thing is, we could still see Brett retake the lead. He might be able to make it to the end of the race. We're just going to have to see. Oh, Court was at 27. So yeah, these guys are definitely just trying to top off, see if they can make it to the end. So I think they're just being a little proactive on their battery mileage here. And the only one still on their original stint here is, I think, Kane and Blen are still, and Regent as well. They're also still out there on their opening stint. Well, we are halfway through the race here, and Random is coming in on this next lap. So that is very good news for Brett. And we also got Kane coming into pit road. So that's going to be Random, the last one coming down. And he is coming into pit road. Remember, you do have to use the access road on the green flag stops. Yellow flag is a different story. And if you didn't use the access road on that time, I'm just going to let that one slide. So, well, I'm pretty sure most people did, so it's fine. Well, this gives everybody a chance to unlap themselves. This is going to be very interesting how it's going to cycle out. Brett is currently on the back straightaway. I do think it's going to be close. I think he will cycle out as the leader. Although he did use the access road. Yeah, he did, so he's fine. But Random is coming out. Yep. And Brett is going to be your leader. Although Random's going to try to get up to race speed. So this is about where they were. Blen, I think, is your leader. At least for now. He's not going to make it to the end of the race. So we're just going to have to see when they all cross the line here what it's going to look like. Yeah, Blen is still your leader, so I think Blen's the only one that hasn't pitted. I apologize, I thought he came in a couple laps ago. He did not. So to the audience, I do apologize for that. The only ones on the lead lap right now are Brett and Random. Blen is currently trying to stay out for as long as he can here. Don't hear him slowing down, though. Yeah, he's going to stay out on this lap, too. So we're coming around to that 20 to go mark here in a couple of laps. 23 laps to go here at Homestead. Uh-oh. Blen's slowing down. I think he's going to head to pit road here soon. Yep, and Blen is coming down pit road. The gap is 23 seconds. He's going to have to get a good stop here, although I think Brett is going to come around and retake the lead. I think he will cycle out. Random is going to cycle out second, and I think it'll be Rapid cycling out third. And Angel even has some criticisms about this pit strat that they're on. I'm actually kind of inclined to agree. Blen, I think, kind of overstretched it maybe just a little bit. But here comes Brett to take the lead. I think. I might be completely wrong. No, he did. I'm not wrong. He is. He is in the lead. So Blen was dead last when they started the green flag cycle, so do keep that in mind. And by the way, this is probably how it's going to be in the truck series too, with the fuel strat. You might be able to run that, and that is going to be a 40-lap race, so you will still have to pit at least once in that. So this is going to be very interesting. Regent is still 9/10 of a second behind Brett. Now remember, before the pit stops happened, he was starting to catch up to Brett. That number 19 car was hearing Jaws music before the green flag pit stops. So now that they're back, now that everyone's got a fresh charge, they should be able to go to the end of the race here. 20 laps to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Remember how last season's race ended? A late race caution set him up for an overtime, which gave Quirt his first ERT victory. Anything can happen at Homestead Miami Speedway. Just ask Carl Edwards. Yeah, I could definitely see it. Regent is gaining time on Brett again. He's being patient. He's being methodical, trying to lure the 19 in. This is Brett's second Cup Series race. We let him in automatically on a D1 license because we knew exactly what the kind of driver he was, and he is proving why it was a good idea to give him that D1 license off the bat. He is doing fantastic. He has led he's led the most laps today. Nobody's going to top it. But this is kind of the same thing that happened at Perez Motorsports Campus. Although that was mostly not his fault. I'm just saying, anything can happen just because you lead the most laps doesn't mean you're gonna win the race. But Brett is it's kind of a rubber band effect here for the most part. Don't forget, coming up in an hour and 15 minutes, it will be the Maverick E-Truck Series from Homestead Miami Speedway. The Miami 150, the battle for the Flamingo Trophy. And now here they go. Random's going to go to the bottom. He's going to try to get there. Is he going to clear the 19? Not quite. He's going to go up in front. Random's... Oh, back bumper. The 19 gets aggressive. The 27 loses his speed. And the 19 is going to lose a little bit of speed off of that. The bump draft probably, actually. I don't think he lost speed. I think it was just more the 27 gaining speed off the bump draft. 15 laps to go now. Random had a chance to win yesterday. He had multiple chances to win at the end of Season 3. He's looking for his first win in the Electric Racing Tour since returning. He left in the early stages of Season 1. He had won the opening race at Daytona. His car and his old avatar are in the Electric Racing Tour Museum as the first ever winner. We have to actually put Michelle's truck in there eventually as well. We'll have to extend that. We'll have to extend that little lobby later on. I'll do that some point this week. I'm not going to bother with it right now. But 14 laps to go. Angel, can you keep an eye on these guys real quick? I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'd like to welcome you back here on Perez Sports Network. That was I guess you could call that a crank it up of sorts. 11 laps to go. And so far, Regent in the lead. The only non-pit stop related lead change of the day. And Blen, we take a look at what the hell happened to Kane. Did Kane just cycle out in the back? That's odd. Very odd. Anyway, Blen is trying to hunt down Court, so this could be a potential battle for that top 3, or top, well, not really top 3, but that top 4 spot. A lot of good points. Oh, you missed pit road. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Oh, man. Nine laps to go. Coming up at 7 o'clock, it'll be the truck race. No practice, by the way, for the truck race. Just going to go straight to qualifying and go from there. That's probably a mistake, but I need time to do some points. So, but yeah, 9 to go here. Almost 8 to go. Regent. It's odd. His first and so far only win came at Daytona, which is in Florida. And now just down the interstate here at Homestead, he's looking his second career win straight in the eye. He can almost taste it. Seven laps to go. And he's building a gap to Brett. This will be a great start to the season. A lot of good points here for Wind River Racing as a whole. Even though Regent is the only representative for Wind River Racing today. So, oh well. It's mostly going to be a Perez Motorsports type of day. Or, actually, no, that's not even true. That might actually be... No, it's going to be a Floridian Racing Club kind of day. Because I think Rapid races for FRC. And so does Kane. So both of their representatives are in this race here today. So a hometown points day for these guys. I mean, Court, if you want to host final practice, go ahead. I'll have to add you to the timer GUI though. Five laps to go, and we're looking at the battle here for third. This is between Court and Rapid. And Court's going to move to the inside. He'll try to make the pass. And Rapid makes a mistake. He stays on the high side. He's still there, and Court will clear him for third place. Still 4 laps to go, and the gap is growing between Regent and Brett, although incrementally. Still going to be a fantastic points day for Brett. Second place does award you 18 points. Plus, he's got the 5 points for the pole, so 18 plus 5, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's only 2 points shy of the amount of points he would have gotten if he would have won. So really not that big of a difference, really, if you want to think about it that way. 2 to go here. Regent currently in the lead. We'll have to see what the split is between third and fourth as they come across. Court has kind of built a bigger gap here. No cautions today. It's gone completely caution-free. I can't remember the last time we've had a caution-free race in the Electric Racing Tour. Although that probably means we need to start doing a little bit more tweaks to the cars to make things a little bit more interesting. Try and strike that balance between chaotic and, or not really chaotic, but interesting and boring. But anyway, 1 lap to go, presented by Hankook. Random, your current leader here. His last win came in May of 2024 at Daytona International Speedway on the backstretch of Daytona. Coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And he will do it. His 2 wins have come in Florida. He'll get another one. Random wins at Homestead Miami Speedway. Brett will come in second. And Random over the radio saying, "We are so back." And that is Wind River Racing's first win of the season. an awesome, awesome end of the race here. Maybe not the most enthralling race in ERT history, but it was certainly a clean one and a good result. And we will, random, if you want to burn out, I will let you do that. And of course, we have to remind you that today's burnout and victory lane celebration are fueled by Maverick, Adventure's first stop. And burning it down, Toyota has just had a good past couple of days. We know Michelina Baranina got the win for Toyota in the truck race yesterday. And Quirt gave Ford the win yesterday in the Cup Series race. The burnout sucked. That's alright. It's not the end of the world. But he will say hi to the 3 fans that are in the grandstands, and he's going to try and do like the Noah Gragson catch fence climb. He's stuck in the safer barriers. Oh man, grabs the checker. Okay, yeah, he's going to grab the checkered flag from the ERT officials. Gives it to a random fan. Yeah, not very much attendance here today, unfortunately, but that's okay. And of course, Victory's first stop, fueled by Maverick, Adventure's first stop. As the 27 will go to the victory lane for the first time in the Electric Racing Tour in 1 year. 14 months, we said it on the broadcast, and Court, why in God's name are you the size of... Yeah, whatever. And today's trophy for the AutoNation 200, it is a wooden carve-out of the state of Florida with some golden palm trees on the trophy. You'll see a flamingo trophy in the Truck Series race later tonight. Well, that's not all the action here from Homestead. We'll be back on the air here in about an hour or so. Or, well, I guess I should probably say an hour and 15 because we still got qualifying to get through. Court, you can host final practice if you'd like to. I'm going to just do my own thing until qualifying comes around. But, well, the victory lane here. He is going to get his second career win in the Electric Racing Tour. And it's been a long time coming here, but his first win in the Mesh era, his first win since coming back to the Electric Racing Tour. Picture will be taken here in 3, 2, 1, picture. With that, Random wins the Cup Series race. He wins the AutoNation 200. Here from, and somebody got, well, we just witnessed a murder. That's great. That is a hate crime. That is a hate crime. But with that being said, the Florida Trophy goes to Random as the Railroad Fanatic picks up his second career win. And with that being said, we're going to sign you off here. Coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern, it is the Maverick E-Truck Series for the Miami 150. The battle for the Flamingo Trophy here from Homestead Miami Speedway. We hope you had a great afternoon wherever you're watching in the world. And until next time, and you know there will be a next time, have a good one.